Hey everyone, this is Craig from Acid Horizon, and here we are sitting by the campfire, enjoying a cup of hot cocoa, together reflecting on the community and ethos of Acid Horizon. And one of the things that we can say that we've been happy about is the fact that we have not had to sell ourselves to outside advertisers since the inception of this podcast. The only razor we might sell you is Occam's razor. Teletherapy? No, we have schizoanalysis. But Acid Horizon does survive on the contribution of its patrons. And fortunately, we never had to charge an exorbitant amount to get people involved with this community. We've always kept it at like $1 or $5 or something like that. And so, with that said, we're actually going to do something for our community that's completely free in 2025, which is we have been asked to collaborate with two podcasts, Moral Minority and Machinic Unconscious Happy Hour, to take part in a massive online Anti-Oedipus reading group. This community will operate out of a Discord server, but there will also be a chance to enhance your learning and go deeper into the text through the Acid Horizon Patreon account. We are going to do a deep dive into many of the important mediators that we find in Anti-Oedipus, like Freud, Lacan, Jung, Melanie Klein, George Jackson, Nietzsche, Claude Lévi-Strauss, and many others in a series that we're going to call the Anti-Oedipus Files that will be hosted exclusively on our Patreon account. Now, the general reading group will be free and open to the public. These ancillary reading groups will happen on the podcast Patreon account. No matter which group you would like to take part in, here is what you need to do right now to get ready for those reading groups. First, become a patron on Acid Horizon. Now, you don't have to subscribe at the paid level. You can actually follow our Patreon account free of charge, and you will be notified of this free reading group. However, if you want to do the deep dive stuff with us, become a patron at the $5 level. For those of us invested in the idea that philosophy still maintains an important role in our society, we think really there's no better book right now to create a community around than Anti-Oedipus. And one of the primary reasons that we want to keep this reading group free is because, look at the state of the world. We need to come together now. And for those of us who are intellectuals or academics or have a curiosity about Deleuze and Guattari or philosophy in general, there is no time like the present to immerse ourselves in this work while organizing and doing the things that we do outside of our reading. Now, also very important, as many of you already know, we are in the midst of a Kickstarter campaign for Acephalus, the erotic tarot of George Bataille, and its compendium of essays by the same name. This is Acid Horizon's foray into independent publishing, and at the time that I'm recording this, we have 9 days left in the campaign, and many of you have already made wonderful contributions, and we thank you for that, but we have a little bit more to go. So if you are planning on contributing, or even if you weren't and now you're going to change your mind, please do so. The Kickstarter link will be in the show notes for this podcast, wherever you're listening. If you had been thinking, yeah, I'd like to throw a little bit of scratch at Acid Horizon, this is the place to do it. Even if you don't end up purchasing the book, drop $5 or $10 into the campaign and make that thing grow. Collectively, we have already completed a load of artwork and essays for this project, and what you will get from the fruits of our labor is this attractive, grimoire-esque book of essays and a beautiful and unique tarot deck that is a combination of erotica and horror, whose content and aesthetic comes from years of research now in the Acid Horizon Collective in our reading groups, which many of you have been a part of. I mean, what else can I say but thank you? I recently went to a website called listennotes.com, and it says that Acid Horizon is in the top 1% of philosophy podcasts worldwide. So if you have been listening and supporting, it's really because of you. There's no question that Acid Horizon has changed the conversation, and that's because people are interested in what we do. You've been a part of it. It's created connections, community, friends, relationships all around the globe. Adam, Will, and I have had this uncanny thing where we even get recognized in public from time to time. So thank you, and feel free to say hi when you do see us. In any case, 3 things to do. Go to our Patreon account, support the Kickstarter, And maybe grab a copy of Anti-Oedipus and get ready for 2025 because there are good things to come. Okay, all good things. Take care, and we will see you again this weekend with our latest episode featuring Camtology on Baudrillard and the Trump 2.0 phenomenon.